Good morning or good afternoon if you're on the East Coast. This is VirtualPBX Dash admin training. So this is for those of you on the Dash platform. If you're a vConsole customer, we no longer have the live trainings for vConsole. However, the training was recorded and is still available on our website. So if you go under support, vConsole support, scroll down a bit, and the advanced admin training here, that's the complete training for vConsole. For Dash, this is our Dash support page. You can find recording of this training, it's actually this new user training here, as well as our guides here. And typically speaking, if at all possible, we do have screenshots on the guides, just so you know what you're looking for as you're going through it. All right, let's get started here. So in general, to log into your account, you want to go under support, click on PBX login. First up is your Dash login, so that's how you log in to manage your account. Below that, you have the VirtualPBX web phone. This is for Dash customers. This is essentially a VoIP phone. It's making use of a desktop browser, specifically Chrome and Firefox at this time. And once you've added the device to your user, you can then make use of either Chrome or Firefox to make and receive calls. You would log in through this page. It uses your same login as your Dash login. It's not going to work on your cell phone browser. I've tried it several times, did not work. And as of right now, it does not work on Microsoft Edge or Safari or any other browser, but we are working on expanding the number of browsers supported. And then below that, we have the vConsole login for our vConsole customers. So I'll go ahead and click on the Dash login page. Your username, that's going to be your email address, password, and then your account name, which is going to be your company name. In this case, I'm using a test account. Never forget your information. We've got the forgot info link here. And then you click sign in. Dash pages sometimes do take a little bit to load. I'm very impatient, so it always, to me, feels like it takes longer than it should. So dashboard, this is giving you a snapshot of your system as it currently stands. The first time you log in, if you're a new signup, you're going to have the wizard pop up and basically give you a brief description of some of the features and of how to navigate through the system. Once you're done with that wizard, you'll get to the dashboard page. Total users, these are your full functioning users. These are people who make and receive calls. They may be using a variety of devices, whether it's a VoIP phone type device or cell phone, a landline, what have you. They have numerous features, not just voicemail, which all of them will have, but they can make use of call forwarding, hot desking, conferencing, etc. Below that, you have agents. Agents are specific to HCD queues. They are not fully featured. In fact, they only have voicemail as far as features go. Basically, these are people who are essentially just taking calls in or receiving calls. And they're only going to be in your ACD queues. Below that, you have your total devices. And then the breakdown of the device types you have on the account. Unregistered devices means the system does not know if they're actually connected. So like an unplugged VoIP phone, a landline, that sort of thing. Over here to the right, you have your main numbers. So these are numbers your customers dial in to get to your system and to navigate through you and to speak to you. All these numbers behave the same way. So they all have the same main greeting. They'll have the same hours of operation. And they'll have the same basic routing. Below this, you have your fax box number. So this is for your incoming faxes, if you still receive faxes. Total numbers, these are the total phone numbers you have on your account. Assigned numbers means these are numbers you are using. they're going somewhere, whether they're a main number, they're going directly to a user, to a ring group, to an HTTP queue, what have you. Spare numbers means that's the number you have on your account. You're just not currently using it. It's not going anywhere. You're still being billed for the number, but you just haven't decided how you're using it yet, or you have a planned project for it in the future. And then below that, again, a breakdown. In this case, US local numbers versus US toll-free numbers. Your company directory, you can just download this so you have it and you distribute it to your staff if they need it. The account ID, this is technically your account number. So if you ever need to communicate with us, you can refer to this number. If you ever have to call support or billing, for example, we typically just ask you for your company name and we'll look you up by name. And then account realm down below here. This we use for your outbound faxing, for email to fax, as well as if you're going to program any third-party device. So whether that's a soft phone from another company or a VoIP phone that's not supported by us directly. All right, on a new system, the system's going to prompt you to add a main number first and foremost if you don't already have one, and then it's going to want to prompt you to set up your caller ID. You can set it up for each one of your phone numbers, of your main numbers. The company caller ID name. So this is information that is broadcast out when you make an outbound call from a VoIP device. You're limited 15 characters, including spaces and special characters. And there are some caveats. For one, this is the 15 characters is standard among the telecom industry. Unfortunately, not every carrier in North America supports the company caller ID name or CNAME. So if a call happens to route through one of those carriers, then that CNAME information is not passed further down the line. Even for the carriers who do support it, if they're having an outage or even some kind of maintenance, that can also prevent the caller ID name from being sent through. And then the last caveat about it is it depends also on the device that's receiving the call, right? Some phones just don't have the screen real estate to show everything, so they'll show the phone number. And for devices that you can program in contact names, so if they've programmed in your company number, whatever they've labeled your company name to be, the device's setting overrides whatever we send. And then just not as far as I know, most cell phone providers don't actually provide CNAME as a free service. Usually it's a paid service. So that's something to also keep in mind if you make test calls to a cell phone. Company emergency address, or E911. This is something the FCC actually does say you have to have this inputted for your VoIP devices. And this is your company default address. So if you have staff members in different locations, they'll be able to set it up, or you can set it up for them for their particular device. But in terms of just in general, this is the default. So basically, from your office location, someone picks up a VoIP phone, calls 911. This is the address information that is sent to emergency services. You definitely want that to be correct. Hold music. This is the default hold music you have on the account. And this is generally speaking when a call is already connected to someone and they've been placed on hold, not as they're waiting to be connected to someone initially. You can upload your own file. The system accepts MP3 and .wav or .wav. Right now, it's restricted to 1 megabyte. Our engineers are working on getting it back to 5 megabytes, like it was originally. But you can sometimes, like I've gotten files of like 1.2 megabytes to upload, but not consistently. 1 megabyte or less we've been able to successfully get up without an issue. And then you click on Save Changes. Also, if you already have uploaded files, they'll all be here, and you can always flip back and forth if you need to. Now, hours actually gets you to a part of the main number section here, so I'm just going to click to main number. All right, so main company numbers. This lets you see your individual numbers here. You have a little cog icon here where you can set up the caller ID E911 for the numbers. Prepend is specific to VoIP phones. Basically, you can put, actually here we can click on this. You can put additional text. So TF inbound. So basically any call that comes in on this phone number that goes to a VoIP phone is going to have additional text on their caller ID information saying that's TF inbound call. So that way staff members know, oh, it came in on a toll-free number. So basically you may not know where they're from or whatever. You can obviously put more descriptive information if you want. Especially good if you're using like a number specific to a particular ad or advertising campaign. You can add additional numbers as main numbers from either your spare number list, so numbers you already have, or by numbers. Now, by numbers, if you don't have any numbers on your account, so you just signed up, you didn't select one number at sign up, then the system is going to prompt you to add a main number. By adding a main number, the system only has a term by here. But if you don't have any numbers, we're not going to charge you for adding numbers after you signed up. Your account already includes at least one phone number, if not 2 or 3. But then, so local, you enter in a local area code. So we will start, well, we'll see if there's anything in 415. Search, and okay, there's nothing available. If you need a 415 phone number, then in this case, you would want to email porting at virtualpbx.com and say, hey, can I get a 415 phone number? And then let's try. It's this area code. I do have several numbers, so you would just click add, it just moves them over. You can add as many as you want, and then you click on by numbers. Once you click on by numbers, and here I'll just add one of these. Double check its availability, and then it says, okay, let me activate it and put it on your account. And then there we go. Here's a new number. Now, if I don't want this as a main number, like, oh, I didn't mean to add it here, then you would just click unassign. And now it's no longer a main number, but it's still on your account. It's still going to show up under your spare numbers. Right. Office hour strategy. By default, new accounts are set up on 24-hour open office. If you wish, you can change that to custom office hours, which is what most of our customers do. For each day of the week, you put a check mark in front of it that you're open. And then you put your office hours in 24-hour or military time. Obviously, if you're closed, you leave it unchecked. And then down here, if you're closed, if your whole office is closed for lunch, then you can put a check mark here and then again enter your lunch hours in military time. And then click on Save Changes. Office holidays, you can set your holidays up in advance. So you can do a single day, date range, or advanced. So single day like this is President's Day. You just put in the date, right? Date range for Christmas, 22nd to the 26th. And then the advanced is this case where second Monday of March, we're closed. One thing to keep in mind is that there's no years associated with this. So you don't want to overlap over New Year's Eve into New Year's Day. You just want to do each one of those individually. And then likewise for like President's Day, that's going to change the date from year to year. So you either want to delete it or just update it after that holiday has passed. And again, save changes when you're done. Incoming call handling. This is how your system handles calls that are coming in on your main numbers. Now we're on the open hours tab. You have a lunch hours, an after hours, and holidays. So these all can be different or the same, up to you. First option here, call comes in, goes to your virtual receptionist. Click on this, and it will open up a new window. So on the left-hand side where your main menu, this is your routes. Basically, what do you want the system to do when people press these buttons on their phone? adding a route, pretty simple. Click add route. You choose a number that's not being used, and then you choose where you want it to go. Now, typically, we don't recommend going to devices or media. And then this icon tells you it's a group, right? This is a voicemail box, it's a directory, a single user. Over here on the right, these are your greeting options. And all right, looks like we lost our viewer. I'll keep going for a little bit longer in case they come back. So text to speech, you type in what you want the system to say. It's going to be a computerized robotic voice. You click update, you click save, and then you click save changes over here. Upload your file, again, .wav.mp3. Choose from an existing file. So if you already have one or you've already made several, this is handy for like, oh, for holidays, we're closed. Okay, we're back to normal. That sort of thing. Recorded over the phone. This is the system. In this case, the system expects you to be recording via a VoIP phone that's already associated with the account. And then you can use this PIN number. If you already have a greeting in place and then you want to record over the phone, you can do so. It's just when you call in, when you hear your current greeting playing, you enter in the PIN, and then the system should take you into recording mode. And then lastly, we have the professional recording services. So in this case, we have partnered with another company called Snap Recordings. You can order from them. They have like 100 voice actors to choose from. They have English, they have French and Spanish, so they can also do bilingual greetings. They have different versions of English, so like British English and Australian English as well as US English. But again, any changes you make here, you click save, and then you must click save changes here as well, and that way all your changes have been saved. All right, looks like we don't have anyone here. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the broadcast.